Hello and welcome to my first episode of Spankys Geek Corner. Today I will share a bit of me, so do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. I grew up in the 80s and I was absorbed into the culture that blew up today, what we know as franchises. I'm not some crazy adult who wants to relive their childhood because I'm an adult who frankly never grew up. I just acquired responsibilities along the way, and I'm a Ghostbuster too.
I am Intruder! Stick it out, even white boys got to shout.
If it's something strange in your neighborhood, who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters!
If it's something weird and it don't look good, who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters!
There's that. Sure, I do miss the good days that passed, and the bad times helped shape me into who I am at this moment. That there is always an ever-changing concept because, believe me, you always have something to learn in life. So never close your mind, keep it open. There's always a possibility to learn more, even if you're stubborn. I, like many others, grew up loving the things we know today as video games, pop culture, foods, movies, television, etc. And I did so alongside my loving parents, especially my father, God rest his soul. My first few moments of how I fell in love with all things geek was with the lovely 386 DOS-based system. It had A-floppy games like Q*bert, Wheel of Fortune, Math Blaster, and the ever-beloved Ghostbusters 2 by Activision. There was also the B-floppy, which was kind of its predated memory, but that's another day, another time, and I thank God where we are now. Then one Christmas morning, the love of gaming started for me. Introduced the Nintendo Entertainment System, which included the light gun with Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt, and also that disc shooting game too. And also, we got The Legend of Zelda: The Golden Cart. I did get exposure to Pong and then later Atari. The next system was the Master System, and then the Game Boy, then the Sega Genesis, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, the Game Gear, and various others later too. Toys are a whole other video, but the main influence was Ghostbusters, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and, of course, Star Wars. But as time went on, technology advanced and gaming evolved. In the 90s, we saw the rise of 3D graphics and consoles like the PlayStation and the Nintendo 64. And then, in the early 2000s, we saw the emergence of online gaming with consoles like Xbox Live and PlayStation Network, or, if you're OG like me, the MSN Gaming Zone. These consoles bring us even more advanced graphics, lightning-fast loading times, and new features like the haptic feedback and ray tracing. And with each generation, gaming has continued to evolve and push the boundaries of what's possible. And who knows what the future does hold for gaming. But this one piece of tech is probably the highest end of tech at the time. It is the CyberPower Tracer 5 Edge. It has an Intel Core i7-11800H processor with 8 cores of 16 threads sitting at 2.30 GHz with turbo of 4.6 GHz. It can run, and it also can warm your fingers too when it's really cold. Believe me. It has a 4K QHD 165Hz LCD 17.3 laptop shell with NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080, 16GB GDDR6, that is VR ready. It may not be 4090, but for a mobile chip, it runs very well. Internally, it has 2TB separately XPG SSDs, 2 external USB hard drives. One is just an off-brand 2TB hard drive, the other is a 2TB FireCuda SSHD. And trust me, it is epic. I have nothing wrong to say about FireCuda at all. And it has power, probably to get that going, if I really want to. But it runs very well. I did do a video of the unboxing and setup in a uncandid way. And I guess this is kind of a belated touch-up on it. After a solid 1.5 years of owning it, I have enjoyed its use, and hopefully will continue to do so. I do maintenance on it religiously. Take it apart, clean it out, etc. And that is the most basic thing you can do with your hardware. But you take a vacuum to it, you put it on low setting, clean the dust buildup out, or an air can, or if you have an air compressor, use that, but make sure you use it on a low blast, otherwise you'll be monkeying around the salted parts and you don't want to do that. But if you do that, it will prolong its lifespan, and always check if the battery, that may be internal, if there's bubbling on the battery sleeving itself, and that is an indicator for it to be replaced. Just go to your local battery recycler. They should try to work with you to be able to figure out what to replace the battery with, or go to your local computer tech store, and they may be able to assist in that regards too, if you don't want to pay the full price of what the manufacturer is. CyberPower to me is a pretty good company, and I have nothing wrong to say with them at all, and I have to give them huge props because they have a very affordable high-end gaming laptop that I would suggest that you look into if you're able to afford it. Plus, they also have financing plans where if you want to take advantage of that, go right ahead. And I have had problems from the get-go and, lack there of software, which they could do a better job on the website to structure it a little better, because the FTP section is a nightmare. But they do have a good solid, platform of what they have to offer. You have competitors like Alienware. They've been around for as long as I remember, Origin, and other various companies that offer the same, idea. I do like CyberPower for what they offer. And in no way this is a paid endorsement. This is all candid information and just my general opinion. And that is just quite literally the tip of the iceberg of who I am and what I have. I also have a TikTok channel under @SilentSpanky where I do skits, duets, create things, well, you name it. And primarily as a Ghostbuster, which kind of was given away earlier. And I modded my own Proton Pack with concept mods and add-ons. I'll be doing a slime blower attachment from the ground up. So be sure to keep the lookout for that one. As well, I recently acquired a shell for the Hasbro Kids wand, because my son has that particle whip one where it just goes around. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mod it up. I'm going to just do very basic. I'm going to do real Ghostbuster style aesthetics to it, but I would install the internal wiring for the Spirit Pack. And maybe later down the road, if I really want to, I can build him his own pack from a Spirit Pack too, if he wants me to do this. If he isn't to. Life will take us places, and for now, I will leave all of what I said to you, the viewer, to share your story. It may be awesome, a story to tell, to brag, or to inform, or maybe educate, perhaps, in the positive sense possible. What got you into the influential medium of pop culture of geekdom? Till next time, friends. Spanky out.